If the Madonna wifey whore complex was a movie, Cocktail would be it. Because this is what loose girls deserve. You can be independent, self sufficient, a really good friend. But if you go clubbing and wear short clothes, you ain't Bahu material. Am I right, Andrew Tate? The movie starts with Meera, aka Diana Penty, the typical shy traditional Indian girl who leaves her life and everything behind in India to live in London with her husband, Kunal, whose whereabouts are unknown. Meera searches for Kunal, played by Randeep Hooda, and finally finds him. But he's angry to see her and explains that he only married Meera for money, telling her to stay away from him. While at the London airport, she also meets Gautam Kapoor, a shameless flirt and playboy who hits on Meera. Gautam, aka Saif, is the most charmless desperado you might ever meet. He walks up to unknown women, makes the most asinine passes at them, goes to a pub with one woman, leaves with another, shifts into the home of his casual hookup, and then makes moves on her flatmate, who, of course, instantly reciprocates. Such is his charm. But there's nothing wrong with his moral compass in this movie. In fact, in the movie, not once has his character been questioned, because in this society, it's okay when the guy does it. But exactly when a lady does the same thing, she's immoral, impure, and tainted, and the society must punish her in some way. A textbook example of a double standard. Coming back to the storyline, Meera, ditched by her husband, is left heartbroken and homeless in London. This is exactly where she meets Veronica in the bathroom of a department store. Veronica, in contrast to Meera, is the daughter of a rich, estranged father who enjoys the life of a spoiled socialite and an erratic lifestyle of drinking, partying, and one night stands. She seems to work as a fashion photographer, lives independently, pays for her upkeep, and looks like a supermodel. So eventually, Veronica decides to help Mira and takes her to her apartment where she initially crashes and eventually starts sponging off of her, even after getting a job. Because why shift out when you can freeload and not pay the rent, even after landing a job with the biggest design firm in London? One night, Veronica takes Mira to a nightclub where they run into Gotham. And the next morning, after a job interview, Mira comes home to find Gotham on the couch. She learns that Gotham and Veronica slept together the previous night. Soon, Gotham moves in with Veronica and Mira, continuing his no strings attached relationship with Veronica. Although Mira initially dislikes him, she comes to accept him and the three become good friends. Eventually, Gautam's mother Kavita, who has been nagging Gautam to get married, pays a visit to Gautam in London. This is where Gautam lies to his mom, saying that he's in a relationship with Meera because she's the ideal Indian girl who checks all the boxes of his mom's list of an Indian Sanskari Bahu. During this charade, they both play a little kissy face behind Deepika's trusting back and then decide to hook up, only for Gautam to realize that he's fallen for the good girl. However, Meera is hesitant to admit it because she does not want to hurt her best friend Veronica, who is also in love with Gautam and is trying to meet his mom's checklist by wearing salwar kameez, becoming religious, cooking, and aching for his mom's kangans. Unable to continue with the lie, Gautam sits the two women down and explains to Veronica that even though she loves him, he has been swept off by the virginal charms of Meera, the homemaker, who he deems worthy of his wife. A drunken Veronica breaks down, telling Gautam that she will do whatever he wants, and she tells Meera that no one has used her the way she did. Veronica becomes depressed and engages in increasingly dangerous behavior when Gautam moves back in with Veronica to take care of her, only for Veronica to realize. I don't need to tell you guys, you already know who Gautam is going to end up with and who made the sacrifice in this movie. Veronica, as a character, was such a kind, deep, and devoted friend. She opens her house to the damsel in distress, who is a complete stranger to her, by the way, sleeps with Seth but lets him stay over at her place, is fiercely protective of and loyal to both friend and lover. But what good is all this loyalty, independence, and kindness? It all renders in vain because she is a vessel of many sins. She wears teeny clothes, doesn't cook, isn't religious, isn't house proud, loves her drinks, flirts with men, and loves partying. What a shame. If the Madonna wifey whore complex was a movie, Cocktail truly would be it. Because here in this society, women who go to pubs are loose characters and modern day harlots who deserve to be screwed and dumped by strangers and even men they love. This movie is a classic example of the Madonna wifey whore complex where men categorize women into two categories of the worthy wife and the vampy whore. Even the character of Veronica has been portrayed like some kind of a vamp from the 80s. In this movie, your moral compass has nothing to do with loyalty or honesty or taking responsibility for one's actions. It has everything to do with wearing revealing clothes, drinking, dancing at a bar, and not being a traditional Indian woman. Veronica really deserved better. I hope Veronica found herself a guy who actually saw her for who she is and loved her. What are your thoughts? Comment below.